Now, guys, whenever you see me in a blazer, just know it's ever blazing. This is another episode of the Jared Podcast. My name is Ben Psycho. Wanjiru, what's up?
Ben, just introduce.
Nashukuru pale nimetoka. Ay 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 ay. Kushukuru mimi sitachoka. Ay 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 ay. Nashukuru pale nimetoka.
Welcome to today's episode. Oh man, I'm super happy.
Ukianza hivyo.
Nikunoma. Today we have special guests, so I had to dress up. You know, they're like, one of them is like my spiritual dad, so I had to honor him. You know.
Boy, I'm
a man of respect.
A man of honor.
Yeah. But if it's Thursday, we have a Joyride podcast that's definitely dropping now. Today, we're going to be at Mount Kenya University.
Whoop, whoop.
Who else is going to be at Mount Kenya University, Nyawira Gashugi?
Myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's smart.
Brilliant.
That's smart. Oh my God.
It's like such a smart person.
You guys
That's really nice. So we're going to be at Mount Kenya University.
Yes.
What's the venue, Wanjiru?
It's the indoor arena. We're going to be there from 1 all the way to 5.
All the way to 5, and it's going to be mad heavy.
Thank you.
Then tomorrow, we're going to be flying all the way to Eldoret in the morning. We're going to be there at Moji University.
Yes.
Now, what to Eldoret tulisema, the only way you get in, PR to our MKU, you don't pay, you just register on the link. That's going to be in the description box below. Then the next stop is going to be at Embu University.
Yep.
Nyawira, do you want to guess who's going to be at Embu University?
Not me.
Yeah, guess who?
Oh, oopsie. I think it's Moji Short Baba.
Moji Short Baba is going to be in the building! Hey.
Oh my God. Can everyone clap?
Mbona mimi nastuka nikawa pia mimi.
Mbona unashtuka?
Baadaye uliniambia.
Mimi ndio nilikwambia. Are you saying that my voice and Ben's are the same?
Boy, a bit creepy. But boy wa kanisa, hopefully,
Watu wa Embu.
Yeah.
will be in the
Tosha.
building.
Yeah.
Embu will be heavy. Then from Embu, the other stop will be at Egerton University in Joro.
Wow.
Well, wait.
Yeah, so it's gonna
Hey,
be.
congratulations.
It's gonna be
This
heavy,
is
yeah?
a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's big, man.
Traversing counties.
I really can't wait to go to Njoro so that they can also tell me how to treat these plants well, because it's more agricultural and all that stuff, botany, masters, that's boring. Now we're back and I'm super excited. So I'm gonna start off by reading the comments. I saw you guys like it when I read comments. Maybe there's a way I give feedback and it's just awesome. So Charles Mashai is saying the level of awareness. So this is the episode where we had the Kagiris, and the topic
That was
was
a good
terrible. Thanks for asking. Na inaonekana watu wanakapitia sana juu walirelate sana na hii hapa. Unaona? Kuna zingine tulifanya za mchezo zenye watu wakupenda hiyo mchezo tulileta hapa kwa hiyo show. But this one, guys, really connected. So Charles Mashari was saying the level of awareness and acceptance from Mr. Kagiri is powerful. Just My World is saying, I like it when Ben reads comments. I hope you can get an extra minute to read them all. Now, do you guys want to do something against the wishes of the people? Let me get my minute. We have Melissa Mombi who said, Tracy really understood the brief. Thank you for being so vulnerable.
Yeah.
We have Tabitha Kamithi saying, wow, what an exceptional episode. I was truly captivated by the level of openness displayed by each and every one of you, with Tracy's transparency standing out in particular. Your willingness to share both the triumphant moments and challenging experiences is deeply appreciated.
Wow.
Your collective storytelling has left lasting impression and provided with valuable lessons and inspiration. Hey,
Does that sound like a ChatGPT comment?
Response, yeah.
Like aliendaka type.
Who is
like,
that?
Tabitha anaandikanga hivi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tabitha. Tabitha.
What else?
Tabi.
Let me just pick another random one from Mukuchini and then we start the episode. Ben, you asked a very good question on whether life is always going to be hard. Chats with older people have revealed that your 20s are hard because you're trying to figure life out. In your 30s and 40s, life becomes real very quickly. And the more responsibility, you feel weighed down. Then you get to your 50s and you have perspective of the past and feel your mortality. That leads you to being more free and relaxed. But then your physical body is also changing. So life is hard. But the meaning of that changes throughout different life is hard, but the meaning of that changes throughout different phases of life.
Wow.
That's so smart. User Q. Hey, I don't think that's an active YouTube channel, but I don't think like they want subscribers. But thank you so much for that feedback.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, also for reading the comments. We appreciate it. We're so happy to have the More hairs in
the
studio
building.
today. How are you guys?
We're good. Well, yeah, we're good. Sindio?
We are.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, so we're going to start. Can I start with the lady?
Yeah,
Just
sure,
to
sure,
catch
sure.
up on what's been happening in her
that's
life.
Okay, that's okay.
What's been happening in your life, Nyawira?
So much has been happening. After this Thursday is the last misunderstood gathering for the year.
Tell them the date. Tell them the date.
On the 4th of November. And we'll be there, Ben.
I'm going to be there.
That's right. You know who will be there, 10?
I'll be there.
You know who will be there, Moji?
That's me.
Yes!
But if you've not bought a ticket, do you know who won't be there?
You!
Nazimeisha. So generally, you
Zimeisha.
can't buy them even.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
looking forward to that.
Oh,
I've
congratulations.
been good.
How many events have you done this year?
3.
Oh, wow.
3.
Yeah.
How many have I emceed?
3.
They don't make them like me anymore. But anyway.
But it's actually... All of us have been on all of the 3.
Yeah.
The last one we did on Chiro, Younger Me,
Yeah.
and Moji, is either behind a camera or in front of a mic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muji anakuanga hapo na watu attend. Hii imeenda juu sana punguza. So that's a good thing.
How are you feeling?
I'm anxious. To be honest, I am. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this one I don't have a guest apart from myself, and so I'm looking forward to seeing it come together. So yeah, I'm looking
But you're a well of wisdom, and we are all happy to be there to listen to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's a different one because it's not just speaking. There'll be
No. There's
activities.
vision boarding.
Yeah.
There is just talking about how the year will be. Do you want to tell us a bit more about it, MC?
No. I don't want to preempt. See, in my contracts, kuna huwa na NDA. I don't preempt until you come to the event. I'm very professional.
Let's catch up with Moji.
I'm very professional MC.
Please, Moji, what's
Yeah.
been going on with your life? I know you just dropped a new fire EP. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I just did Boy wa Kanisa, and it's been amazing just doing the media tours and pushing. Kwa poa. It's exciting.
Mema is my favorite song.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
I thought
It is.
Yeah.
That song,
Such a
I've cried to
beautiful
that song. I've never cried to a song of mine like that one.
And you've released a visualizer for it,
Yes,
right?
for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Visualizers are nice.
I really like
Yeah, that's hectic.
No, but I really like it. I like the concept of visualizers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shira. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Unajua nakuanga na pressure hapa because I'm the only one who does free events. Hiyo si uko tu sold out. Mimi ndio nakuanga nafanya tu. Naambia watu kujeni.
That's changing my
The final one was Kitengela, sindio?
The final one was
And
Kitengela.
and Kitengela was full.
Yeah.
And your place
And
was
the
raining. It was raining.
And it was raining.
Stress.
God is so good.
I think the PTSD I got from that gig hata inafanyanga naogopa kufanya event, but
Yeah.
hopefully beginning of 2024 we do another Jazz Gospel.
Like a
Yeah.
back to school edition.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's an
that's
amazing
gonna
fire
be
one.
fun.
Yeah, and then Pastor Ben kanaweza kama nao kakoti yaombea watoto.
Blazer ever blazing.
That joke needs to go home.
But it's because I really enjoy it when you guys come to the show. So today lazima ningepango za wageni nini. Hata tumekula chapo.
And
Like it's serious business, man. When you guys come here.
We're
Thank you.
excited for you.
We're happy.
We will leave the... What do you prefer? Streaming, YouTube videos, everything?
I'm
We
at
put
a
it
team.
down below.
Unaweza hata acha team.
We put it down below. Isn't there?
Oh
The
yeah.
link to
Just
the-
we have we call them smart links. where
Yes.
It opens like everything.
Yeah.
Huyu anauza bado anauza VCD bado hawezi join kwa maneno.
Hata
Yeah.
si DVD, VCD.
So we leave a smart link. Please check out Boy wa Kanisa. It's a really, really fire EP. Congratulations.
Thank you
Moji.
so much. Yo.
Always so proud of you.
Yeah.
So Ben, do you want to lead us to this conversation?
Yes, I want to lead you to this conversation, but I want to tell you that all these campus tours that we are doing, we're not coming alone.
Yes.
That's not something we pride in as the jury to walk alone. We are coming with our friends. We have our very good friends at Yellow Card.
Conversation.
Unaona venye inaingia smoothly. Nini? Kwani hamjui? Na ndio maana ni vizuri kwa degree ya media. Unaona? You learn how to
slide in
these things. Inamaje Nyawira?
Ndio maana ulimcontract MC.
Yeah. So we're not gonna be no venye our sponsors watekwa poa. So we are gonna be coming with our friends at Yellow Card, and we're gonna have a conversation on financial literacy, and then also our very good friends at Dairyland. Are gonna be in the house. Hey, maze karibu ningoe. So with the new chocolates, with the new looks and all that stuff. So everybody who's gonna be at these events, you get a chance
Sample.
to bite something.
Yeah.
So show up, and it's totally free of charge.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Okay. Yeah. Conversation today?
Now, today's conversation is very simple. We're going to be talking about ego and pride. Ego and pride. So this is something we prayed about, and we were like, Lord, who are some of the most egocentric, proud people?
you know. And the Lord showed us.
No. What happens is Boy wa Kanisa started playing in my mind. I was
Slowly
like,
too.
do you
It
need
came to you
another
in a
hint?
song.
Do you need another hint? Then I was like, Lord, no, this is not misunderstood.
By the way, go home. Go home.
As in, Ben, you need to be serious. You can't
Usa
have a
kwa
whole
mambo
episode like this.
Nyaka blazer maze. So yeah, let's just dive in straight.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun conversation. These guys are cool people.
Yeah, we are.
You guys are
do it.
cool too.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't know today we were coming for Kiengei live though.
This guy.
But it's a
I
guy-
don't know when you're like.
but
Pastor
it's-
Kiengei,
they
Pastor
called-
Ben Kiengei, you know him from TikTok. He's so funny.
I remember you guys trying to put me onto him. He's actually very funny.
You need to try JJ.
Oh, he's funny, huh?
You will faint.
All right.
But anyway,
Yeah.
You wanted to say?
No, he's your vibe. You
JJ.
naturally enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kikuyu? Funny
Duh.
Kikuyu? Okay, that's my vibe. All right, so before we start on the ego conversation, what does
Yeah.
ego mean to all of you? I'll start.
after Googling, yeah?
So she knows it's all Google. So she's looking for the answer to say it faster.
It's really just how you regard yourself, level of self-esteem or self-importance. Over to you guys.
Oh, stop it. I think do I go next? I think
Please.
now you have to use different words to say
Yeah.
the same thing.
That's why I had to go first.
But it's really how you esteem yourself. Yeah, like
Thank you.
in the public scene, who am I? In the private scene, who am I? So it's who it's not character, it's just like unajibeba aje.
Yeah.
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 Moji?
I wouldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Like, I think you guys have said it, but I think it started. But I think how ego has been used mostly, we think it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mostly when people hear this guy has an ego or whatever, I don't know. But I think everybody has.
Yeah.
It's how you esteem yourself. So everybody has some sort of ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's the same thing. I agree with you guys.
Okay. So how I define ego is... Why are you laughing?
Three things.
How
right?
I define ego?
Ego is esteem grounding of oneself. Ego. You see, that's the difference between me and you guys. Me, my things are backed by science. So ego, E stands for esteem grounding of self. So it's how
Where?
it's how you view yourself. And then-
EKCPU man, I should have
and I need to write another book. So that's how I define.
Let's start
ego.
with the questions. They're not
See this shallow googling things that you have going on over here.
Esteem, grounding.
Grounding of self.
You're for real, bro. You're for real. First of all, write the word ego from kutoka
Yeah,
juu.
Kingia High
Andika
School.
E kutoka juu. Okay, have you done it?
And you want to say, well, push until something happens.
Sleep on
Anyway,
a warm
pass
bed now.
the jar
and
so that I
sleep in
also
a
pick
cold
my
bed
question.
late.
We'll start with the guests.
Yeah,
Ben.
definitely.
We just pick one, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moji, pick one. But we'll start with Weira, then we go to Moji, then we go to Ben.
We'll start with who?
last. Weira.
Oh, okay.
Why did you take such a small one, Nyawira?
Wait, long. Okay, so in your experience, have you ended a relationship, romantic or friendship, as a result of ego? I think if I'm being honest, I think I have been left because of my ego. Yeah,
that's
and
very
it's in friendship.
vulnerable,
It's
yeah.
not romantic. My romantic relationships have ended for other reasons. That's a whole other joyride episode. But regarding friendship, for sure, I think my ego has been a stumbling block because of esteeming myself wrongly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too high, too low?
A mix of both.
Okay.
But more than likely, let's be honest, it's too high.
Too high.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what does that look like? Like you?
It looks like kujiona, like you're bigger, you're the answer to everybody's problems, you're the savior. And so I'd show that sometimes to my friends, and I know that becomes I know now that's a reason why.
So what happened? Like you started feeling like you are way superior above them?
Completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you become too proud to apologize, too proud to have
Exactly.
uncomfortable conversations.
And every time something was an issue, I'd always think they were the problem, never me. So yeah.
I think I've walked away.
Okay.
Let me see the question. In your experience, have you ended a relationship, romantic or friendship? I think I've let friendships die away because of ego.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just that being unable to have those uncomfortable conversations. So
yeah.
you say it's easier
Yeah.
if I just walk away to protect myself, to protect my emotions, than just stay there and have
Yeah.
those uncomfortable conversations. Yeah.
So this question has 3 parts. Do we answer every one of them, or do we?
Yeah,
let
we start
everyone-
with answering the first one.
the
and
first
then,
one. Okay. Have you?
Have I had friendships? I'm not sure if I've ended friendships because of ego. Maybe they just
You
died.
don't end many friendships, from what I gather.
No. I still have friends from like nursery, Some of them die a natural death. Like it was not watered.
Just
Time.
go out.
Never gave it sunlight, nothing.
Life happened.
So that happens. But me to end a friendship because of ego, that's no, I've not been the type. Romantic relationship?
Because of
Nakumbuka kweli.
Oh,
ego.
Have you been there?
Yeah, of course. I don't think. Okay, my ego was I also didn't reach out as much. So kila msee akanyamaza.
Why didn't you reach out? Like what
Because I
stopped
felt
you?
like I was the one doing the most. She should also do something.
Why is it getting so emotional to
Because it was a sad season.
Okay, I'm sorry. Get over it.
Oh, so you felt like
I felt like she
let
also
me protect
needed.
myself
Yeah.
and not reach out as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sasa pia unatoka tu na machungu.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else Kevin anaongea sahi?
Yeah, it's becoming emotional.
Yet to move on, get married na bado inako hurt.
Oh my god.
This is really taking a different turn. Moji, please answer the question.
Me, I think relationships, maybe romantic. I've been like like 2 in my life, but like friendships, I think if you have too much ego, I just run away from you. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah.
So I think many have ended, but it's me running away because I can't. Sisema sina ego, but ego yako ikikuwa too much na kuacha
walk
ushinde.
away.
Wewe shinda, wewe basi wewe. Wewe ni mnoma. Wewe kaa huko. Yeah, I just run away.
Yeah.
So the second part of this question says, are there moments you've had to humble yourself? You've had to be humble to save a relationship?
Every time in my marriage, like you have to.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. Every time.
So when you say every time in your marriage, who's humbling? You or the partner?
Me.
I will clarify.
You.
Me. Yeah.
See, everybody's answering this question.
And you've only been in one marriage, this one.
You want to go back to the same house? How are you?
Nyawira, you can just proceed. Nyawira,
Wewe
just,
nimeona pia
It's
akiagree.
like, Your Honor,
Nyawira.
no further question.
Your Honor, no further question. Let the jury decide.
I'm going to ride on that one with Shiro, and I'm going to move on to the
At
next
what-
question.
at your-
To be very honest,
You've
Have
answered
you
yourself.
humbled yourself?
What have
how
you
many
said?
times I've
Marriage.
humbled myself to save something? Oh, that's me a lot of times in
really?
in marriage.
Yeah, me
Same.
too.
What?
Yeah. Are you in disagreement?
Like,
No.
yeah, are you guys in
No,
disagreement?
as in, I don't feel like you're answering.
no,
You're just.
I'm saying in marriage, this is where I've had to be humble to save the relationship.
Oh, you have a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
You also humble.
Yeah.
Okay. Moji, do you agree? Is it true?
That she humbles.
Yeah.
Oh, she does. But maybe we should ask for Nini. Are we talking about how easy or how hard?
No, the
it
question
Is
is
have
humble.
have you
Humbled.
humbled? Yeah.
Or even how possible.
Watcha.
The question is.
She humbles.
Thank you, Mohi.
Hata mimi I do. I think in marriage I've had to humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
You do.
Give your partners flowers, guys.
Take them, my dear. The last one says,
Give
are
your
there-
partners flowers. Do you want to give them now?
Like, I'm used to it. You could never.
Oh, wow. This is really going
Yeah, you
south.
could never give me flowers.
On question 1.
Yeah.
Are there relationships that may have ended as a result of your ego that you look back and look back on, and all it required was a little humility? Like a relationship that ended, and you look back and you're like, all it needed was a little humility. Are there any like that for you?
Are there any for you?
For friendships, yes. But though now looking back because of the power of like retrospect, I understand why they ended. I don't think it was just humility, but they at the time, yes.
So in retrospect, you understand why it's ended.
Yeah, it was not just about ego. There were many more things, but ego played a big role.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Are there friendships that have ended because of ego? I don't know.
Even relationships.
Relationships
General.
that maybe should have worked if I humbled myself.
Yeah.
Of course. If I was a little bit more secure in not measuring the relationship based on small things like you need to call me first, text first. I was just a petty person.
Did you used to expect the girl to text you first?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh.
It's 2023. He said.
Women
Oh,
rise up.
yeah,
Women rise up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. You?
Are there friendships
That
are there
look back-
relationships?
Have you ever been an egocentric person, Shiro?
I think I have in some ways. maybe there are things I could have avoided. Like there are arguments I could have avoided. There are some difficult places I would have avoided going if I would have just humbled myself.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Master James?
It's true, hata mimi, yeah. I think ni juu pia, when you talk about ego, I think also, well, again, like vile mimi naweza sema, like what I wonder, most times people think egocentric people are very loud and whatever, but sometimes your ego can be very silent. So when people talk about ego, they think that the ego is so loud. So I can say, Mimi, there are friendships that have died because of that silent ego that I might have. Ile ya hiyo ya wewe nyamaza, mimi nyamaze sawa. I will not look for you. Wacha kaende. Because I'm like, I think that if I look back, there are times I've been like, ukinyamaza na nyamaza ama kutafuti and whatever, and I'm like, my ego won't allow me to look for you if you're not looking for me. So and I've had to, so I think also that we talk about ego, I think sometimes unakuwa tu ni loud, but nikiangalia vizuri yenyewe kuna time nimekuwa like mimi sikol huo msee na simtafuti tena, wacha kama kananuka wacha wacha kanuke. Unatumianga shen kama hizo hapa. People are like, what are we watching?
Get up.
Do you want to format the laptop?
What is smelling? But yeah.
But also, I think maybe you should also include some because some areas that I feel like I'm egocentric are things like to do with work. Like I would, like especially if I get like you're not feeling, let's say a product that I create, I genuinely won't have to force myself to you, and probably I'll never follow up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think,
What do you mean?
Like let's say for example, if you trash my music, you know, like I would just, or if you have some sort of attitude just because you hold a certain position, like airplay, I would not suck up for you to play that song. Yeah, kitambo I would, but nowadays I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
yeah. Because there are people also who seriously try to crush people's egos, I guess, at it. Because I think we all have it.
Yeah.
But there are people ama things that might try to crush it. So maybe sometimes ikitry kucrush wewe venye unasema msa ikitry kucrush ego yako, you protect it ama you it kicks in
By withdrawing.
and then now you either withdraw or you block people or stuff like that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Moji has the next question. See, information.
Nikapata gravaka.
It's a letter.
It's a waste of paper.
Barua yangu.
Tuanjiro and Nyawira.
Here we go.
I love it.
Tuko naitangaje Clarkson sisters. Men are said to have egocentric to be egocentric in this or previous relationships. Have you found yourself in spaces where you are building your man's ego?
We can start with this and then we go to previous.
In this relationship, whether I've built my man's ego, I don't think I'm really struggling with that word ego. Is the word ego synonymous with the word confidence?
Did I described it in 3 words?
That's why I'm even more confused. Are they synonymous in your opinion?
See,
I think ego is just the value of
Who you
are.
the
How you
value
esteem
of
yourself.
Yeah, how you esteem yourself.
I think in this relationship, I wouldn't necessarily say I've built Moji's ego, but I would like to believe that I've played a role in making him believe that he can be a bit
Amplifying
more,
it.
come a bit louder, because he has so much value, and sometimes I know he sits in a corner and is like, oh man, do I have to do this thing? And I'll be, let's do it. So I think that's what I've done in this relationship. In other relationships, I think my past, let me use 2 relationships. One, I dated a very ego-aware man. He was very aware of who he was. He was very aware.
Egocentric. Here we speak English.
Yeah, because ego-aware is not English, but he was egocentric. But and I think it repulsed me sometimes because I felt like,
What was that like? Like, give us a random
Yeah,
it
example.
was random because like he had such a full awareness of like who he was.
And that's a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. Is that sometimes maybe as ladies, maybe it's just me, but we like to also feel like we've played a role in your awareness. So I used to. It's like we show up somewhere and like he has everything on check. So I used to be there and thinking, okay, I'm so useless here. So that made me a bit uncomfortable.
Men can't
Yeah.
heal.
They can.
Okay.
But then the other relationship I had now was a man who was very under egocentric. Like he didn't believe in it.
Like slow self-esteem.
Yeah, and he used to make me feel some type of way when I was very self-aware.
Yeah,
so
and you
it
esteem yourself.
was a difficult balance. But then the Lord gave me the right balance.
Sorry, man, you've been through a lot.
I have
Sorry.
But you're here, stronger.
stronger.
Have I played a role? I don't know. I mean, like, I think if you ask Ben, maybe I haven't, but I would like to think I have. I would like to think I have,
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know. Yeah.
Shiro has. Let me speak for you. Shiro has. I mean, with everything that I do, she's like my number one hype person. Shiro listens to my music. Sometimes I have to stop her. I have to tell her, you can't listen. It's just utafanya hii song in Igbo before it okay. She just constantly reminds me how great those songs are. Like she's such a. She even keeps up with the numbers. Or I don't keep up with the numbers. She's such a.
I'm gonna look in this because we're going through a lot with my spouse regarding music.
Oh, regarding music. Ooh, you're not pushing.
I am. Am I not pushing?
No, you are.
Yeah, I am.
So what's the
The
fiction?
issue is that like when he leaves the studio, we're in a place where I don't have to hear it so much.
Oh, because sometimes you trash it.
So I'm going through a lot.
No, my challenge is
Yeah.
I record too much. So if I
every.
Can you imagine every day, you come
Yeah,
over every
like-
day, let me play something new. I don't want to hear something new.
so she's actually tired of hearing new music.
So what if he gets like a studio at home, like a home studio?
The Lord is helping us. We're going to pick up that
I
conversation
would,
offline.
in fact, the home studio ni mimi ndio siwezi fanya because mimi ni introvert, so I'm like, producer,
Your
because I
space.
don't produce, so I'm like, I just can't have people.
Yeah, so yeah. You have built the ego.
Wow,
I like that.
look at Ben's smile. Wow. Aya, this is for you and me, Ben. Ben and Moji. In this or previous relationships, have you found yourselves feeling like your partner is not gassing you up enough? In your relationship experience, have you found this to be a critical ingredient?
No, I would never. I never dated somebody who never used to gas me. Maybe.
Even in other relationships.
There was, of course, there are some who
The
didn't
ego.
even know I was an artist. Can you imagine? I dated somebody who didn't know I was a musician, and every weekend he was at a church somewhere performing for free. You know. But this one, I.
You're at a church performance.
Can you imagine? Tuko na Moji huko hivyo. You know, sometimes I call like mko zile ma yo. Like, that's my life, bro. But now, yeah, definitely my wife gasses me up. She sometimes not feeling nikana ni chocha. Yeah. So continue.
Good wives.
God
Good
bless
work,
you.
good work.
Check
You
in
didn't
person.
answer?
Oh no! What was the answer? What was the question? And I'm the one who read it.
Does your wife?
Have you found yourselves feeling like your partner is not gassing you up? I think my in fact, Nyawira will gas me up sometimes and they call like Tulia. Ungewavuruga wase, ungewavuruga, like I feel like you're not, you should, I'm like, because me, again, I'm not so confrontational.
you're
or whatever.
very-
So I'm like, if I'm gonna prove my worth to a person, I'm like, watch tu kazi itaji. Like, you wait and see, it will come up. But now she's like, no, in those spaces you should be able to. So she does gas me up. Have I ever been in a relationship where? I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where. Well. I have been in a relationship before. Wacha wewe. But I think she gasses me up. I think that would be my answer. She gasses me up.
Moji, yeah, like that. She has a hacker.
But
But I've seen it. She really does hype you up.
oh yeah.
You really hype. You really hype.
Even before you dropped the EP, so she did a very good interview.
Oh yeah, and supporting.
Yeah.
That's very good.
That's good.
Thank you
Why
so
is
much.
it other people say it?
But I've said
He
it.
said
You
it.
gassed
Thank
me up.
you.
But I've
He
said
said
it.
Hey.
Unataka niseme,
Hey.
unataka
Nakuona, nakuona.
Hey.
Wasema ufanye kawimbo.
Hey.
Wacha.
Unanisupport.
Have you answered all the questions?
Yeah, all the questions
Okay.
are answered, yeah.
Let me go. Then Ben can finish.
She's taking the smallest, eh?
What's that?
Doing the list.
Upande
Okay,
viongo
number
mo.
2. What type of ego do you think your partner has? What kind of egos are there? Are there types of egos?
Interesting.
So what makes Shiro not feel good with regards to her ego? Not even even with other people, not necessarily with me, is when Shiro feels is in a position where it's like she's begging. She would never beg.
Yeah.
Like
That's a lot to do with ego, isn't it?
yeah, she can't. That one I know for sure. She won't.
Why is that so? Like you feel like you're uncomfortable. If you're interested, you should be interested. You shouldn't be begging
Yeah.
for...
Like if she feels like she's forcing issues.
She stops.
Hata
Yeah,
kama
I'm not
hata
going
kama
to.
$1 billion is at stake. You know, just I mean, there's a certain point when it gets. Hey, let's suck up kiasi, you know.
Oh, it is also business-wise.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
like,
even
I don't like to
business-wise.
feel
Are you
like
serious?
Yes.
whenever I feel like someone has
A hold on
something.
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like they're controlling. Like
You're such a secure person.
She can't. She won't. She would let it go.
Yeah.
She
Because
doesn't
it's
care
taking
about
a
it.
toll on you now.
because I don't feel like I don't like feeling like I have to work extra hard.
Hata
Like,
kupaka mtu mafuta wezi mpaka.
Never.
That's not her.
Bossy.
Aezi.
Also, when I met you guys, when the industry was like, that was like the
Oh, yeah, that was the
vibe
thing.
of the industry. I used to get so irritated.
Niaje mzito.
Like you know, like
Okay.
you have to
But I
visit
just
somebody
feel-
10,000 times.
But genuinely, I feel like there are levels. No, I feel like
Go
there
to
are
his
levels.
house. Ay.
No, I feel like at every level, there's always somebody who you there's a probability you might have to suck up to them.
I think so. It's like seasonal.
Because if even the biggest boss that you think, they still have somebody else they still report to.
No, but I
They
like
have
to feel like there's a mutual respect where
No, there's just
not
sometimes
that
where it's
power
not
play,
mutual.
And you're not
And
like
you
a
don't
politician,
matter.
like you're not like an MP, you don't have like an office of, and even then I'd like to feel like there's a mutual respect.
I'll offer you my level of respect.
Yeah.
Like
But
now,
you
if I was
also
to
have
get
mine.
like now, if I was to get into a boardroom with like investors who are ready to pump billions into the joyride, naweza kuwa nikicheka joke zao nikiroll hivi koti yangu. Matson, you will kill me one day.
You know the funny thing about that whole story is that Ben is not actually bluffing.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's a time we went for a funeral meeting kwa Kinashiro. And then that time was the initial stages of Kinashiro dating with Ben, and we met Shiro's mother. Mimi nakwambia Shiro's mother hakuwa anamaliza kusema kitu. Tulikuwa tunakota Ben uko chini. Sisi tunamwambia, "Hey Ben, surely unajua unapenda msichana, but hey,
It's too much.
Mama Shiro kina kusema, Mom."
I'm just saying that life.
Putting the work.
No. Life, in most instances, it will put you in a position where there's somebody you just have to.
I agree.
suck up to.
Actually, the
Sometimes.
best way
No matter
I
how
think I can
big fish
explain it,
no matter how big fish you are.
and I'm sorry, I keep going back to this. It's
Yeah.
like when I met you guys, the vibe of the industry at that time was very kiss-assery, very, it's like you have to do something.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't on merit, it wasn't on respect. It was just based on, I am the one who holds the gun.
Yeah.
And so
Worship
you all
me.
have to worship me.
Yeah.
And I really, really hate that
And
kind
you
of
hate
vibe.
idolatry.
I hate kabisa.
Now you didn't. Now you think us we were like that. People used to call each other dad and mom. You meet somebody to dad. Dad, I love you.
That person is probably just a DJ.
Dad. Talk a block.
Dad.
Unashangaa yani unakuwa like sasa.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So yeah.
Would you call dad mom to just like because
No.
somebody is
No. I think we're similar in that
Somebody who's-
regard. What my challenge would be is like now if I smell hints of like now disrespect. Yeah, like now you're demanding me to now worship you.
Entitlement.
Yeah, like Joan. Like you're demanding of me to now be to worship you so that you can give me. Now that's where I draw the line.
to worship, but just to stroke the ego a bit. You know? Isn't that a small price to pay for a greater good?
I think that it's a big price to pay. It's a big price to pay for an unguaranteed reward. You're not guaranteed it's coming. So
Yeah.
you're there.
It's high risk,
ma'am.
high reward.
and also
What
like
high risk?
You can get it all, you can lose it all.
no, but that means like if you get it through kiss-assery, because that's
It's
what
wrong.
it is, then you sustain it through kiss-assery. So that means
Exactly.
no amount of work you'll ever do
Will sustain it.
sustain that relationship or your.
But I don't think it's that extreme. I think ni ile tu like if somebody is in a place, because even Ben mwenyewe anakuambia hivi, if they can only like kupaka mafuta kiasi, but kama Ben sasa I know Ben very well for many years. Hata kama wewe pia ni governor, ala sasa ujaribu kudharau Ben.
He'll let you know.
Tutakuwa tunashika Ben huko. Tutakuwa tunashika Ben huko. Siogopi kukufa.
Yeah.
Ni uwe basi.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think there's a line where like it's
you
either
can't
like
cross
if you're in a place where I need to put my ego as, it's more of like if I need to put my ego aside for
to get this
to
like,
get this thing off the way sometimes. Like in si ati sasa me allowing, even then I guess, because me again to be really honest, this Nakina Ben, even when we were in that music industry, there's a time we suffered because there are levels we didn't reach in terms of that kind of whatever. So there's a line. There is allowing the person to be in a place of power to be like, okay, sawa, if unataka kujichocha kidogo we jichoche. Lakini sasa pia si ati uanze kututusi, uanze kutudharau, uanze kutufanyia vitu fulani.
Now, of course, that's
yeah. So there's a line.
But if I need to put my ego aside and just stroke yours a bit for just, maybe you have access to the next level, I will do that.
I wasn't blessed with that. Maybe that's why we are married.
So I will describe, that was Shiro's ego was described there. Can you describe Ben's ego? I really want to hear what you have to say.
I think Ben esteems himself very highly.
Facts.
And he's up here. He believes he's talented. He believes he's God's chosen.
Yeah.
He's really the Israelites.
Yeah.
Like he's God's
Who's
chosen.
Moses? I am Ben.
Yeah. And anyone who tries to, like, if he sniffs hints of Madarao, that's the end. Yeah.
Have you seen how Nigerians sometimes they can put their ego aside just to honor somebody to even levels that it looks like it's being a bit too dramatic?
Yeah.
Like playing prostrate.
It's like their culture.
It's culture. That's
it's
the big
culture.
word.
That's their
Do
culture.
you think it's ours?
It's a very interesting culture.
No, I don't
must
think
say.
that's a Kenyan. It's not a strong Kenyan culture.
Well, I would say Nyawira's is similar to Shiro's. Like kidogo, you're like Nyash can't hata bembeleza sana, especially like people out there. Yeah, itakuwa tu like she can only try kidogo and then that's it. That's it in terms of like ego. In terms of like everybody else.
Yeah.
But in marriage, I'm learn kuiweka down. Inabidingi sometimes kwa sababu master hapa silencer. Because I'd say, well, I'll not describe my ego, she'll describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Moji's ego is he is definitely more tolerant than I am of people and of people's thinking. He'll
He's
stomach a
definitely
lot
more
of
tolerant.
by far. He'll stomach
Than
a lot
all
of
of
things,
us.
and I'll just sit there and wonder, what are you doing? Get up and go. But I think the strength of his ego is that if I was to describe it properly, is that he is accommodating. His ego is accommodating. Yeah.
That's very
until it's not, because beloved,
When
when the line is crossed,
He has patience.
eyes
like
have
he
not
can.
seen. Yeah. Because he gets really tired of people.
But me pia uambia wase ukweli, only that me uambia wase nikicheka.
Yeah.
I find that very dark. But
on this conversation of ego, I remember there's something that happened, and all of you are privy to it. And maybe Ben can touch on it.
Yeah, Ben.
Why it had to happen the way, and why he felt so strongly. So I think around when we were doing the EP,
Yeah.
do you remember?
Yeah.
Ben and Barack got into a really, really ugly argument. A really, really dark argument. Ben, do you remember it?
No, I don't. I always forgive and forget.
And that's your policy.
Maybe
And
you want
that's your policy.
Maybe you want to give context. We have permission from Barack to speak.
Oh, we
on it.
have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did an EP as the Joyride. And then when it came to uploading the EP, I was like, maybe we put this EP on my channel, Ben Psycho. But Barack was like, let's put it on the Joyride. But I was like, this is music, and Joyride is for podcast, and probably it would bring more traffic if it's on my page. And Barack refused. So I was like, hey,
You have to give
Miss
context. Barack refused because
Because it was paid for by the Joyride. And
Yeah.
it's actually
It's a Joyride
product
asset.
of the
Joyride.
Joyride.
Yeah.
Yes, even members
were
of
the
my
EPs.
team, members of my musical team were telling me the Joyriders are right. And I'm like, shut up and fight. We're in this together.
whose side are you on?
You know? But they were right, you know?
Okay.
I remember you calling Moji. Moji was like, Ben, relax. Ben, relax.
So
Hajakwambia poa, but Ben, relax.
Hajakwambia poa.
Hiyo season mimi nilikuwa nachukua hiyo mambo yote. And you know I have to balance because it was such
yeah, that was a nasty fight. And
It was
then
really bad,
we,
guys.
We
It
really
was really
shouted
bad.
at each other and all that stuff in the studio because I felt like, but the way looking back, that was just an ego war.
But let me ask
It was
you
just an
this.
ego thing because on one side, yes, it should be on the Joyride, but also on the flip side, are you guys planning to shoot any music videos there?
Are you guys? And you guys.
so much you try. You're not part of Joyride in this. Now you stand on Ben Psycho's brand side.
I know you guys are the executive producers.
She
but
shot one video and she almost swore that she will never shoot another music video.
ever. Don't ever do it.
Because,
but we also know
because it's a lot of work. So it's like simngeniachia tu hizi videos ni hizi we had
Sasa
subscribers.
huwezi pambana nazo because ni za
Ni za Joyride.
But let me ask
But I'll pick up some and do remixes. Yes,
Like
yes.
with regard to that whole situation, is it right to assume that your ego is very, very, it comes alive to the things you love?
Yes.
It's
Oh,
true.
it gets personal.
Yeah, like, because the music is very close to your heart. Even Joyride.
Yeah,
Like when
and-
someone doesn't do something.
It's music.
He goes crazy.
Joyride.
1-0.
No, it's God. Music. Joyride.
1-0.
No.
Oh.
Lewis. So many other things than
Then
1-0.
For real.
Yeah.
You never give me my
No.
flowers. I also don't expect you to give me my flowers.
I actually think it's
Karana
music.
sionako
1-0.
unaivasa.
Shaka
But
Nzuri.
Anyway, when I think about that argument, I genuinely think Ben's ego was bruised because I think he's been used to being looked down upon. He was used to being down upon on the music industry. Then here comes somebody else who is saying your music
No.
Yeah, who is saying another no to his music career, and he just had it and he went off. It was really bad.
you are in studio. You are really trying to calm me down, you know?
Yeah.
Were you also in that bandwagon for
Yeah.
Baba?
Yeah, and then now Ben leaves, and then I have to tell back, calm down. Ben is just bruised.
Yeah,
He's
me
just a
have to-
hard child.
Sasa mimi lazima nikule hiyo kelele yote, alafu ni call Shiro nimuulize, Shiro, are you with Ben? Sasa hebu niambie sasa what's the real story, because Ben akinicall hakuna
Wacha
kitu
nikushow Moji.
hakuna kitu
Siaona
anasikia.
heshima.
Ni
Siaona heshima Moji.
kama alijiuliza
Wananiambiaje?
ni nani atanielewa Moji. Moji, hebu imagine awase. Hey, it was too much.
But
man.
the interesting thing was, I think the next day we were at KCA. Because we were still on tour. I think it was around the same time last year.
yeah.
It was just
And
before your live recording.
Yeah. And I remember things were so tense. But also props to Barack because he was able to put his ego down. And they both sat down after the tour. And
Yeah.
I remember it was a KFC. Apple Thika Road survey.
Yeah.
And they sat down.
Kono
And they
ulikuwa kwa
both,
gari unachungulia?
Oh, no,
I was there. I sat down with both of them.
Ulikuwa hapa katikati?
Oh, yes, Moji. You know,
I
it was a
wish-
joyride issue.
Kitu kama hiyo Shiro
Ah,
alikuwa
yes,
mbali. Ajua kwa hapo.
Sitaki kuisikia na 3D. And actually, they put their egos down and they both apologized.
I like that.
I remember both of them saying that the joyride is bigger than both of us.
Yeah.
And Barack said, if music is what is important to you,
Kaende.
take it.
Good job.
Yeah, that was mean kumbusha mbali sana.
Yeah.
Well done, psychos.
Okay, I have a question, guys. Actually, this is long. So, did you try and want them the experience? Okay. Think about this conversation. A guy. This is a guy talking. Please have this meal. It's really good. The lady says, no, thank you. The guy repeats, it's really good. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. Lady, no thanks. I'm not hungry right now. The guy, come on, please just try it. The lady, it's fine, thanks. So, have you ever been involved in a conversation similar to this? The subject may be different.
Where a guy is trying to...
Force me to do something I don't
Yeah.
want to do. What's wrong? I've had them.
You guys want to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead, Moji, because you clearly have a lot to say.
No. I don't have a lot. But I think it's been like that. Like for every relationship, I think there's a point where it's like
No, we want you.
like for me.
Yes.
In a situation
Sianza hapo. You know in South Sudan, watu wanapitia hiyo sana.
Juba, I know a friend of mine.
Yeah,
Tulisoma
give us
naye.
you.
Tulisoma naye. Well, I think hiyo kuforce mtu afanye kitu. I think kwanza na chakula first of all. Mimi nimeambia I've told my wife countless times I think we need to buy food before we get to the house. First of all, that exact context. Alafu tunafika tu hivi kwa gate anasema, now that I think about it I'm hungry. Namwambia now I've asked you 3 times kutoka town. Nimekuuliza ya Kangemi, nikakuuliza tukipiga kona, nikakuuliza if you are hungry. Umesema you've been okay by all means. Mimi nimekwambia mimi niko sawa. Sasa tumefika tu hivi kwa mlai. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry now.
Na kanaanza kuthrow tantrums.
Sasa niko na njaa saa hii. Sasa what do you want me to do when I'm hungry now?
And Moji seems like the kind who will just drive, who will just reverse and get you food.
What do you
And
think?
then the other things is I think that one, and I guess nini ingine naweza sema tumefaitana nawe. So fights when I think mimi niko na mashida mingi za fashion. I think niko na mashida mingi za fashion. So tumefight sana na
Mashida za
color
fashion.
blocking. Moji doesn't understand it.
At what?
Like I like color blocking.
You don't get
Moji.
it?
So like on Sunday.
No, hiyo siku ingine iko in color blocking.
Ingine tu ni ukamba.
Unavaa all black, alafu unavaa hairband ya pink. Like what is color blocking there?
Break the colors. Just on Sunday, like when I wore the orange and blue skirt.
You look pretty.
I thought that's what I thought. So I said, "Oh, Moji, how do you look?" unakapoonyesha Nyash hizi vitu za marangi mi sielewi hizi vitu. I was like, so are you telling me I look good or not? So I get his struggles.
But tell the truth here on the Joyride Live.
Okay.
My fashion advice, since we started dating and getting married, ningapi out of 10 ningapi zimewaka na ningapi ulikuwa unapingana na mimi na baadaye unakuja unasema I have accepted you prophet.
Zina work my master.
Ngapi out of 10?
Zote.
Hey, okay. I like that.
It's a gun to my throat. Zimewaka.
Lakini pia you can talk about me. What have I been stubborn about? Tell me.
Oh.
So, guys, have you been... Sorry.
With that same situation, isn't that the question?
Yeah.
Have you been in this situation where you felt like Moji was insistent on you do something, and then I'd go to a point where it's like it's not even about the thing anymore. It's like you're disrespecting him. It's like
by saying no.
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't. Nothing comes to mind. Let me say that. I wouldn't say. I can't say. I've no. Also, if I'm being also very honest, more than likely in that conversation, I'm the man. Yeah, like I'm the one who would be, why can't you do it? Let's do it. So I'm the one who's a bit more, Moji is very tolerant. I kid you not. Very, like, the Lord gave me the right person.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's cute. God bless you.
Ben, I'm sure you have a lot of instances, so go for it. Go for it. The floor is yours.
Where you're trying to force me to do something. First of all, if my wife wants me to do something, man, my wife can really push her agenda. Sometimes sometimes I can just do it just to,
Iishe tu.
Yeah.
Not to hear that.
Move away.
So yeah, this is my wife.
Completely.
Yes, my wife is really pushy. Am I pushy on her to do things?
I think I should be the one answering that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you?
Are you? Okay.
I don't think Ben is pushy to do things. I think he's very like, if that's what you want to do, fine,
You do
let's
it.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why we balance each other out.
Okay. Wait, you guys being crazy. B, in your experience, do you think pride or ego is playing a role in this conversation at any point here?
Oh.
Come on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I feel like the guy insisting, it's his ego is being bruised. So he feels like this chick is disrespecting him.
Yeah.
He's not obeying his authority.
Yeah.
She's not submitting.
Just because she doesn't want the food.
Yeah. It can actually boil into not submitting. And then now that becomes an issue.
Insistence.
Not submitting.
Insistence and resistance.
Anyway, it's just about food.
It's food, only food. But it really isn't just food. I think even with that illustration, there's so much
Layers, yeah.
There are too many layers. That girl doesn't want to listen. That guy is not taking her no as an answer. So there's a bit of...
So
There's an
C,
ego there.
so C is like, at what point do you think for the guy, it's no longer about what the lady wants, but more about what he really wants, and therefore it's an ego pride thing?
The moment she said no the first time is enough.
First time, that's too
No, me, it would be like,
Mapema.
no,
Yeah, that's
then
too
ask
soon.
like, what else do you want?
Correct.
What do you want instead?
Because Ben, if I tell you, Ben, Nyash, drink this water. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Nyash, drink this water. Ben, I'm fine. Nyash, drink this water. I'm fine. Like
So at what point does it become an ego thing? Because
it became an ego after I said no.
No.
and
The first time?
Yeah, you still want your way.
You know, a harsh.
No, because I think after the first time, you're meant to ask, like,
What
Nyash,
else?
yeah. So if you don't want water, what do
else
you
can you
want?
have?
Do you
Yeah.
want anything else?
I'd say after the second time.
What if you need water at that point?
What if your lips
But
are
that's the
dry?
thing. You're determined that...
What if I know
Like,
you need
is
water?
it
maybe you need
corona?
lip
They go to
balm.
make orate, make a goko.
See, maybe it's lip balm you need.
Because
Or
there's no
water.
water.
What is it? I know at this point you actually need water.
Maybe because you're faint.
But
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
No, that's because there are times where like this is what I know you need in this point, or this is what I think you need in this point. Like I have actually, like where is the trust? Where is the trust in me insisting?
Good. And I think that's the thing. I think
a good question.
The question would be, you insisting then would be because of.
Yes.
Nyash, do you want water? No. Nyash, I think you should have water because that makes a difference.
You
But
didn't-
you saying, drink the water.
You know,
Drink the water. Hey.
You're really trying to point a picture here of how illogical sometimes women can become. Sometimes, like you can paint like you can use facts to pass across this point.
But I think
we
it's
can
actually
just reason. Like I think we're true adults. If I don't want water, don't
don't
force
want
me to
water.
have water.
No, but Moji is saying you need water.
But that's why Nyash is saying, then add a because to it. Like maybe you need water because get me inside
Why
of
don't
your
you
mind.
just trust me?
But also,
On
why
what
don't you
premise?
trust
Just
that I know what I
communicate
want?
it.
Pardon?
Why don't you trust that I know what I want?
I think that you've won.
I'm a grown.
That's just, guys, that's just a clear example of how a man puts aside his ego. But I think especially in a relationship, there are times where, especially for men, I guess, there are times where you put it aside and there are times you force. There are times you force. Because there are times, maybe I know we need to drink water at this point and there whatever. And I think even when we say, there are things that even to me, unaweza tolerate, but there are things where like, if right now we think this needs to happen at this time, there are times that it insists that this needs to happen.
But there's power in communicating.
Yes.
There's also power in trust. That if I insist something sometimes, it's because I know. Maybe I have scoped the idea. Maybe I have seen this. Kuna kiangazi inakuja. Na nakwambia ukunywe maji.
Usitoka kama ngamia.
Maybe nimesoma maji na katwa kesho. Maybe there's something that's happening.
It's because also with the thing that the thing I'm insistent on Wanjiro is most of the times, believe it or not, actually it's food. Because sometimes I feel like she needs to eat. She's just not been eating. You know, sometimes musema kila mtu na maisha yake. So me I eat 3 meals proper. I eat in the morning, I eat at lunch, and then we come back in the house. She's like, "Hey, imagine the whole day I've just had a salad, and that's why I have a headache." I'm like, "Why are you telling me? See, we just go eat, you know." But
First of all, I don't talk like that.
so when she's not sick, let me finish this. Yeah. So when she's not sick, I'm not pushy. But when she's sick, I have to be extremely pushy because sometimes ikauna deal ni
Katoto.
hey, kula ndio upone.
Kula.
Yes.
Interesting.
Nani hapa kwa si wote you faint?
Nyawira amefaint mara kadhaa because of lack of food.
Kwa nini?
Lack of food. Which is embarrassing to the
I'll say a very
husband.
sad
How is your
story.
wife fainting because of lack of food?
Then, this is, but there's a place we go. This is a very sad story, but this story happened, and it's a real story. We're somewhere donating blood.
I remember.
We finished donating blood.
Yeah.
We asked Nyash, kila mtu kwa hii dunia akimaliza
Anajua.
kunini anapeangwa soda half liter. Kile kimwala. Na sio nini kile kikubwa hivi na biscuit. Kisha akasema mimi I don't need it.
Yeah. I've come to give, not to receive.
Tulikuwa tunaenda Embu. Nani alifeini kwa barabara?
Makutano alifentia makutano.
Ndio sisi tumemzunguka, anaamka tumemzunguka tunampepeta. Juu alikataa kukunywa soda
Na biscuits.
So yes, sometimes we do know that you actually need the water.
Na mimi nilikuwa naye. Sasa for the next nini of the journey nampea tu karaibina, nampea kanini. Niko like ungekunywa soda huko tulikuwa.
Hata uwezi enjoy mwea sasa juu umekuwa nasi.
Hakuna kitu unaona.
Umekuwa na.
So sometimes when we insist, come every time, just like you, like I have to be like, Nyash, have you eaten? Because
Nyash needs that.
Nyash will even leave a meeting. Anatoka mkutano, aniambia alikuwa na mkutano mahali, walikuwa na mkutano kwa Java. Like the whole day. Alafu anakuja ananiambia nasikia njaa. So ulikuwa kwa hoteli. Why did you eat there?
Yeah, that's my wife. So have you tried to convince someone to remain in a relationship?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever tried to convince someone to remain in a relationship? This is what is good for you. Like bedhoki hit hapo juu uko rock bottom. Like that's what rock bottom looks like.
Like begged you.
Yeah, like usiende aki.
Or like fighting for that relationship.
Like akidongo.
Stop making it sound like that.
It sounds so sad.
Usiniache aki.
No, what's the question?
Have you ever tried to
it's like
convince
those
someone
examples
not
you're
to leave the
giving.
relationship?
Have we ever tried to convince someone to remain in a relationship?
Me, I've never.
Because you've never been. Baby, I'm your only one.
I mean, I have.
You have? Yeah. Tell us about it.
Did you break up and then convince him to get back with you again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wasichana warembo upitie hii town. Msione tu ku Instagram.
Kuna jamaa analenga message zao.
Be kind to them.
They're dealing with a
Yeah,
lot.
they-
It's
a
not
lot.
pretty
Na Ben,
privilege.
Ben, have you ever been?
No. That one at that point, no.
Eh.
That's someone not to leave
Like
this
you've been
relationship.
dumped the girl says it's over, Ben. You're like, say Aki please.
Or even
Let's
at
work
the
on
point
this.
of the relationship is ending.
Yeah.
And then I'm begging the person not to go.
Yeah.
No. I just go carry my broken heart at home. But I have never begged somebody.
We're here now. We are here now.
Nyawira, you've never begged?
No, because I've done used to dump people until I was dumped once. And I think when I was dumped, I suffered severe shock.
So did you tell them to stay?
I don't know whether I told them to stay. I think I was very shocked. I'm trying to recall that whole situation.
Mi nawachwa, mimi
Yeah.
ndio
How dare you leave the
Which
most
is
prominent,
unequal.
competent MC in this side of the EA? You do it like a link.
kwani watakuwa wanapigwa malinks mtaani. Now we are about to get into dinner.
Now he's about to walk out of his destiny.
Let's play a game. Let's break ice.
Clap for the failure.
So much fun.
Wait. This was a long one. This was a really long one.
Basi unasema pole pole.
Looking back, how much of it was more of your ego? That one you've answered. If this happened, why do you think in general you have gone to greater lengths to protect your ego? So if for example, you have...
Convince someone
to stay, yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think you went to that length to protect your ego? Also...
But that
if-
wasn't protecting.
No. It is because you felt your value was attached to this person. And if they left you, you'd be worthless.
Yeah.
I'm going to be addressing that in deeper. My book.
I can't wait.
You're
for you to
really
write.
sorry.
I really can't wait for him to write Peppermint
With that blazer.
Yeah, why do you think? So like, Ponjiro, maybe because you're one of... Or like, why were you begging somebody to stay?
Utaita hiyo kitabu nini mwana wa ego?
It's exactly that. Like I had attached my worth to that relationship.
Yeah.
So it felt like if I left it, if it ended, my identity... Sorry. If I left it, my identity was snatched off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the devil is a liar.
The devil is a lie.
He's the father of all lies.
That's true.
I don't know. I no, because I haven't been there. But I don't know. I understand what she's saying. Because unlike men, it's wrong to generalize. But for us as women, particularly when you love someone and you're with this person, you feel like a part of you is going when they leave you. So I would understand why you'd convince them to stay because you're like, I had a working system. You're shocking me. The system. So I'd understand why you'd do it. Yeah.
Okay. Me, the reason I would never convince somebody to stay, I used to feel like I will lose their respect even after they stay. So I've already failed. Like this is already a failed relation. There's nothing I can do here to salvage. So kila mtu tuende
Let me
zake.
walk away with my respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.